right, welcome back. There's Marnie, there's Rosie. The Tuesday on the Power Trip Morning Show. Rosie, you're out tomorrow. Hawk's out the next couple of days. Zach's out tomorrow. The whole thing's falling apart.
Well, it's that time of year.
We'll figure it out.
My little boy's coming to town.
DJ 6'7".
Yeah.
How tall is that dude?
He's 6'7".
That's a huge bitch.
He's got a big birthday. We were talking about this. If your birthday is around as Christopher Allen Hawkey's is.
And
right?
Max.
And
is
Max.
also a Christmas Day birthday.
You're also
Yeah.
Christmas Day.
Let's
And-
get this party cracking.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you feel slighted? Because Nick's birthday is the 28th of December. In between, of course, Christmas and New Year's. And growing up, it was always like, we had to make it sure that was special for him, that didn't feel left out because everyone's getting Christmas presents.
I feel the same day because my birthday's on Earth Day. Like, who cares about the trees? Give me presents.
Right.
You always say that.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Not about the earth.
With a lot of
and the
wrapping
air.
paper.
Yeah, that's made out of plastic.
That's some plastic, so
Some
it's not going to
plastic
be
wrapping
recycled.
paper.
Yeah.
And give me some presents that aren't recyclable.
It's always a weird time of year.
No, I don't know. I always feel like
Hey.
those kids got screwed over as well.
Yeah.
Max, you feel like
he's
you got
managed to
screwed over?
survive.
I didn't as a kid. Everyone always said, "Oh, that sucks that your birthday's on Christmas." And I was like, "Oh, why? I think it's pretty cool." And then
Yeah,
I
it
grew
is.
up and realized, yeah, it's kind of a scam. Everybody else gets their own day. I have to
Right.
give people stuff on my own birthday. So yeah, it's
Especially
kind of
when
a
now
scam.
you have a daughter.
It is.
I know. Oh my God! And she had Sephora and Ulta on the list, Marnes, and
Uh-oh.
You're happening.
oh my God, it broke.
Get that 20% off coupon from Ulta
Oh,
in the
I did.
mail.
I did. I put that to use yesterday.
It's a one-time only, but you
I had to
moved
sell
on
my
over.
liver to pay for some lip balm yesterday, but
Your
I'm
daughter's
good.
how old?
She's 10 years old.
And she
Yeah.
knows all about Sephora. And
Yeah. No,
Oh,
none of the
Rosie,
makeup stuff, but
those
she's
girls grow up in that store.
she's big into like the moisturizers
Oh,
and the
man.
lip balms and the
if
hand
there is a
sanitizers.
serum around,
Oh my gosh! And I was
A
like,
hair mask?
serum? What are you like creating an anti-venom? Why do they call it serum? But
Listen, I was
yeah,
buying Pokemon
she knows
cards.
about
Jeez.
all of that stuff. It's incredible.
That's
the
amazing.
TikTok world
Yeah.
of teenage girls, and I know your daughter's not quite a teenager, but just as a generic term,
Yeah.
watching other girls go through their facial routine, like their morning routine, their night routine. It's fascinating. Corey, does Harper do that too?
100%.
I can't believe
Back in the day, it's
how
get
appealing that
upstairs,
is.
throw your pajamas on, brush your
Right.
teeth, and go to bed. Now it's bedtime's in 40 minutes, so you might want to start your skincare regimen now,
Yes.
or you're
Yes.
not going to be. So
Is she
it
David Rose?
It takes you like 30 minutes.
What a good line.
Honestly, it's like a
You
30-minute
should have written that
process.
as a joke.
No, I'm not good at jokes.
Well, yeah, there's eye masks and then there's moisturizer. There's like overnight
Yeah.
lip masks, which I'm like,
Yeah.
what the hell
Yeah.
is that?
Yeah.
Some of them are layered too. You start with a base on the lips, and then you Aquaphor that, and then you Vaseline that, and then you spray the mist.
Button bar.
Button bar.
Almost everything you just said.
Well,
But what's funny is Angie and Bailey and Harper all do the skincare stuff, but the 9-year-old is convinced that I'm missing out. So then she'll look at me, she's like, you could probably use blank. And I'm like, I'm fine
Leave me alone.
dwindling away
Yeah.
for the rest of my life. Don't worry about my skin.
Yeah.
You could probably use it.
God, they all
Get
hate
lost.
you.
yeah, it's,
Get lost.
you are
lost.
so screwed in that house. Oh, God.
I'm outvoted on everything.
Yeah.
Man,
Well, it is. Which way it should be.
imagine the supermarket sweep your family does at Sephora.
Oh, I get the alerts.
Here you go.
So,
Here you go. Here you go.
it's one of the best and worst things that ever happened is we had a credit card that got lost, so I had to do the whole like crap. All right, let's cancel that card, but until we get the new card, let's whatever. So I changed it so every purchase that gets made between my card and my wife's card, I get an email, right, just to get an alert. And I'm like, all right, that's probably better for security. That's what I thought at the time. I'm like, it's good to keep track of it.
Right.
It's also just. Every time they leave the house,
Yeah, a coffee.
I just hold on for dear life.
Yes.
Yeah, 'cause when I see Ulta or Sephora, to your point, it's no. There goes 3 months mortgage on skincare
man.
regimen.
Right.
Damn
You're
it!
a, virtual
For a
life-
9-year-old,
You're a virtual lifeboat on the Titanic. They're just hanging on.
those are called lifeboat rafts. If you listened to initials last week, Marnie.
I heard that.
People gave her a little hell. I saw a couple
my.
of people say that's a top 5 worst guess of all time.
Screaming that one.
Raft.
I I had that one for my car. I was
Oh,
screaming.
really?
Yeah.
Did you? Did you?
It's like playing Wheel of Fortune at home. It's
Easier at
really
home.
easy when you're playing in the car.
Doesn't it suck, Martin, though, when you had it
Yeah.
but didn't have it,
Yeah.
right? You clearly figured the puzzle out.
Yeah.
Just said
Yeah.
lifeboat raft instead.
Oh,
It was good, Martin.
yeah.
You know, I would argue 9. Harper's almost 10, but 9 is maybe my least favorite age for Christmas presents because at 4, 5, 6, when they're
Right.
still all in on you know who,
Right.
it's the best because anything you get them, they're blown
Oh,
away
it's
by.
magical.
Yeah.
It's
Then when they get
magic.
to the teens, they want the nice stuff. They don't want a lot of stuff. They just want the nice stuff.
iPad, iPhone, yeah.
9 is right in the middle where
Not
she
quite.
doesn't quite understand what $300 really means. But she knows what $5 means, and she knows that's a cheap present. So she's stuck in the middle of what do you get a 9-year-old? 9-year-olds are tough.
I couldn't agree more. Like half of my daughter's list is Barbie toys and like kids' toys, and the other half is stuff is jewelry and Ulta and Sephora. So
Right.
it's like it's right in between, like being a kid, and then being a preteen teen.
You can, but if you buy gifts on both sides, then you're kind of embracing it and giving her a little bit of the magic of the season. Then also saying like, yeah, you're a young lady and you need to work on your evening skincare routine.
No, yeah, she gets everything on her list, every single.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Wow.
absolutely.
Yeah,
yes.
good for you,
I
Max.
hadn't thought of it
Such
like
a
that. Ernst, I hadn't
softie.
thought of it like that. And sometimes you need somebody else with a different perspective to kind of throw the light bulb up over my head. But I'm going to go home tonight and say, Harper, we're struggling with the end of your Christmas list. But Marnie said it the best this morning. It's important for you to look pretty. And I have not emphasized your beauty enough. So if you don't pick up your game here, you're going to disappoint the entire family.
A
Oh.
lot of peer pressure.
Then they'll say, go back to the basement, Dad.
I like it down there. There's poker down there. It's 61 degrees.
Right.
Yeah.
I can nap down there with the old
There's no
projection.
skincare regimen going on down there.
Oh, there is.
Oh,
Okay.
wow, Corey. Wow, I didn't know
He
Corey
told a
made those
joke in his
jokes.
head that killed.
Yeah, I knew where that was
Got to be
going.
61 degrees. That's the only way to live.
Max, does your daughter sleep in a silk bonnet?
No, she does not. She has
Not yet?
not yet. No, she's
What?
going to be asking for that soon.
What's
Silk
that?
bonnet or a
It's
do rag.
Rosie, does Karin?
Does Karen have a do rag?
No. But she definitely has a skincare routine. I will. She even has. I opened up the freezer and there was there's a thing called ice in there, and I saw this like a roller
Yeah,
in there.
a jade roll. I thought that's what you were
yeah,
going to
my
say.
daughter
yeah.
has those
We
too.
has that.
Is
Yeah.
this,
A
is this
jade roller?
Yeah, I
The
thought
hell
it
does
had
that
something
mean?
to do with making the ice. I had
It's
no
got
idea.
a handle,
Yeah.
like
Yes.
just
Yeah.
a plastic handle or whatever, and it almost looks like you'd roll Play-Doh with it,
Right,
like that
right.
big wheel.
Like
you
a rolling
freeze
pin.
it, and then yes, you roll it on your face.
Well,
I'm not sure
I was
why.
watching a game and she came up to me and she goes, "Hey, try this," and
Yeah,
I
it
went,
feels good.
I screamed, "What?" It was like 5,
Yeah.
10 below zero.
Yeah.
What are you
Somebody
doing?
somewhere is sitting on a Scrooge McDuck pile of money going, I can't believe they fell for this. They
I
are rolling
know.
ice all over their face,
Yeah.
and they're paying me for it.
Yeah.
There's also one
Fantastic.
that's
It's a roller.
it's like a triangle and it's flat, and you use it on your jowl line, like your jaw. You freeze it, and then you just like scrape your jaw line. It's supposed to.
Thank
And then you
goodness.
kind of roll it up your neck. Not roll, but scrape it up your neck. It's like the men's version of shaving, but with a frozen triangle.
Yeah,
And they're selling the
Whoa.
crap out of them.
Yeah, these are products that if this was pitched on Shark Tank, it would be laughed out of the room.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And I would know because I go down to my 61-degree basement by
And watch
myself
Shark
and
Tank.
watch a lot of Shark
Yeah.
Tank reruns.
Right. Yep.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not getting yelled at by 3 gals doing skincare regimens.
No.
It's safe down there. It's my safe place.
My skincare regimen is that I usually remember to take off my makeup
Before
before,
you go
I
to
go to
bed.
bed.
You know,
And that's it.
that's a good.
I always forget.
And look at
Reminder.
me.
Yeah, your mic's
Well, yeah, that's
look
what,
great.
That's what I
You
always
look
say to
great
my
last
daughter.
night.
I'm like, what do you need? You're youthful. And you got to have the most moisturized skin in the tri-state area. Like she has like 500 million of them, man.
And I have said that to my daughter. Like, you do what you want. I get that you love this. I just need you to remember, you have one face. You cannot change it. You cannot get another one. You can't cash it in. Like, whatever damage or issues you do create to your face now are yours
Well-
forever. So don't do too much.
I
Take it
think the
easy. Let
difference-
her breathe.
Between, staying out of the sun. I don't know if you have that because girls.
Fantastic advice. I do it all the time.
Yeah,
I know
that's
you
Cody's
do,
MO.
but growing
That's what
up
his
was
tramp
not-
stamp
or wear
says.
just
Not-
wear sunscreen.
Well,
And
ton
now
of it.
that's part of the daily skincare routine.
Oh,
Like
it
even in
is.
the winter.
Yeah,
Finley would
sure.
have, and then they put it
Who
on.
the hell goes outside in the winter?
They put it on, but just a dab, 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 dab in like 6 different places, and then the way you rub it in. I'm like, what is that?
Well,
It's like,
not sure we're
God,
gonna
it's
have
SPF
winter.
30. I'm like, it's 12 degrees outside. Yeah. Did you know that you can still get rays
Mm-hmm.
from the sun? And I'm like, yeah, and you're outside about 8 seconds. But whatever.
In your head, you're going, don't care.
Man.
It is a phenomenon. Skincare and a skincare routine is a phenomenon. You should see
It's crazy.
what our kids' shower looks like and the number of sugar scrubs, gels, fragrances. Max, am I right?
Yeah, you're
Bath
100%
and
right.
Body Works.
What percentage of this is just snake oil, though? How much of this is literally doing nothing?
point.
It's
Good
just
point.
all
It
in
has
their
a little
heads.
bit of a scent, probably.
Maybe.
Right.
And that might be the only, I would guess 99.9% of
wonder.
it.
I'm like, people
Well-
were totally fine without all of this stuff
Right,
for
yeah.
hundreds of years.
Men have caught up a little bit. I mean, there are a lot of male.
Do you
skin
have some
products.
sugar scrubs you
Well,
want to tell us
hang on.
about? Rosie?
Some
Yeah.
face
I'm not-
masks.
Henry
I'm
Lake
not
was
a
ahead of
mask,
the curve.
but I
Lake
do
was
have-
ahead of the curve. Lake was getting pedicures and
Oh.
manicures way before everybody else was.
I get those.
that
but,
dude gets it.
Yeah,
Button
but
butter.
there are. Yeah, I definitely use moisturizer all the time. Of
course you do.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't.
So, Sauce, your skincare regimen looks like non-existent?
No, I have somebody trim my beard for me and I move on.
Well, I know we gets a haircut once in a while. Max, do
I
you
knew
use
that.
skincare products or not?
No, sometimes my daughter does it for me, but it's way too long and extensive. I have
Yeah.
face lotion that I use when I get out of the shower, and that's pretty much
They
it.
call it
Same.
Or all you
moisturizer.
guys with beards.
I don't do
mean,
any of that.
No, I same thing. Harper about 2 months ago did the whole regimen on me, and I thought it was just absolutely gross.
And
Like
she
how
kept
many
saying,
steps
Put your
we
hands
talking?
down,
like
Dad.
3 or so, including the mask at the end, and I'm
Oh,
like,
okay.
I look like a
Yeah.
serial killer.
No,
It's horrifying.
we were in Chicago and Kelly wears these like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The under eye.
the strips.
and I put them on and it grossed me out so bad because they're like these jelly things.
Yeah, they
yeah.
feel weird.
I think his
Oh,
neighbor was
icky.
wearing one of those
Icky.
last night.
It's
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
reaction.
I felt like
it's-
it was in a Peter North movie.
Exactly. It's not relaxing at all. I get uncomfortable as well. I'll deal with just bags under my eyes,
Yeah, I don't
bar,
care.
bad skin. Who cares?
But
Right.
I
will
don't
you
care.
allow your ladies to have bad skin and bags under our eyes? Because there are some women who think we have to do all of this because you men are expecting us to look like a 10 at all times.
I don't disagree with that, but I will argue what you just said 10 minutes ago is the truth. It's more of other females on social media putting in the bar so high. It's if she looks like that, I gotta look like that. And it starts young, like you said. It's the girls that are 9 seeing it on TikTok going, well, I gotta do that. I gotta get ahead of the curve. She's not feeling pressured from 9-year-old boys to look good. It's the other girls that are on social media that are going, well, this is what I do. Well, if she does that and she's got 1 million followers,
And
then
the
I should probably
marketing.
do that as well.
Marketing's pretty strong.
I hope that the girls in, like in your daughter's case, Mac's case, my daughters, that it's fun, and then they're not doing it because I don't look good in this boy said it. I don't get that sense at all. I do feel like it's a fun thing, and they're all kind of into it, so they can talk. They can all Snapchat their friends. I got this product. Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
I can't wait to
Very
try it. I
notes.
can't wait to
Wait
see
5
how it
years,
looks.
yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
it's just like a fad thing that is
But I'm saying they're-
entertaining and interesting.
Well, and to that point, that's like my daughter likes doing it to me. She likes doing it to my mom. Like she has fun
Okay,
just doing
yes,
the whole
that is
process.
the
It's
healthy
just-
way.
She
But that's
doesn't
the
mention
age.
like herself.
But
Yeah.
when our girls are 18 plus, then I think, unfortunately, it's going to be the other thing.
Maybe,
right now,
yeah.
I think it is just fun. But they're going to feel the pressure because that's the way the world works, whether it's fair or not. It sucks, but that's what it's
well, at
gonna,
least they can face it
gonna
with
happen.
good skin.
Yeah, exactly.
What a fun discussion.
Better than looking like us.
Well, you just said, and you cut off your own sentence, Rosie. You said something about, well, I have a mask, or I have a. You said something like I have a.
That's a ski mask for Robin Banks.
Rosie, why don't you post your entire regimen tonight on social media?
It's not
let
that.
us,
It's
let us
not.
watch you do
Every
it.
time having worn, makeup for TV for years and years and years, there was a routine I had to have before the HD makeup came on, which was not as difficult to take off. But used to have this called pancake makeup,
Ugh.
and it would be. And if you didn't really scrub that stuff off and get on the towels, and if you forgot to go to sleep with it. You'd wake up and it'd be all, the pillow. I mean, it would be a hot mess. So I'm very careful about, like on Sundays still, I mean, I put the powder on. I got to make sure I wash it off and then I put moisture on afterwards.
Okay.
That's about it. But
I was hoping you'd say something more like
Karen has
evening mask.
She has a little...
The under eye.
I was hoping you said facial.
Yeah, let's be honest.
Never mind.
Whoa.
I'm not going to say it because I'm on the power trip. I'm not with adults.
Well, in fairness, if you said it on Common, we're going to have 9,000 people tweet us and say,
correct.
Rosie
This
just said
is
he
true.
wants a facial. Can you
Yeah,
please pull
can you
that
put
audio
that
and play it for the rest of the time?
Yeah, you're getting ripped.
The people on Twitter want to see your skincare regimen. That's all they want to see.
Well,
Just
maybe we'll do
can you do an Instagram live tonight? and
Do
just
a
let
get
us
ready
watch
with
it?
Yeah.
Rosie.
Yeah.
Get the
do
jade
it.
roller
Maybe
out
before,
of the
See
freezer.
you use the jade roller.
Yeah.
Hopefully on your
that-
face, but you choose.
I swear I had no
Yeah,
idea. I kept looking
yeah.
at that thing in the freezer going, is this helping make ice cubes? I had
Yeah.
no idea what this was for, to separate them because
we
they
have
get
one, yeah.
kinda stuck together.
Yeah, we have one.
Yeah. Did you know what it was? I had
No, I-
I had no idea what it was.
I don't
either.
exactly know what it does for your skin. Like whatever.
Freezes it.
I think it's supposed to supposedly
Probably.
like the cold closes your pores.
Yeah, it's
Right.
just to prevent
Okay.
wrinkles.
Because I remember Pharrell one time they asked him why he has such good
Man.
skincare, and he says he takes cold showers.
Okay.
And he
All
goes
right.
I
to
wonder if
Ulta
it's
and
been
Sephora.
also
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
that his parents had good skin. I mean, it's just a shot in the dark there. Genetics.
Neutrogena is good stuff. All right.
I'm a Pond's moisturizer gal. I have dry skin, so morning and night.
Yeah, you've been a little ashy
Minnesota
lately,
is.
Lawrence.
Yeah.
I'm taking care of it, Max. I exfoliate. That's my skincare.
Martins, you could be a 10 if your skin wasn't so gross and dry.
Right.
It's so dry, though.
Oh, you looked fabulous last night on the air.
Well,
How
thank you.
about the quality of her content, you pig?
Yeah, Rose.
Come on,
An
Rose.
excellent broadcast, regardless of her appearance.
Her eyes are up there, Rose.
Oh, she talked about the Timberwolves? Just kidding. Marnie's the best.
More with Marty and Mark Rosen after this Power 2 Morning Show fan.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
The O'Reilly Auto Parts Holiday Gift Guide is here. If you're struggling with gift ideas, we have several options for gifts under $20, like a digital tire gauge, screwdriver sets, LED work lights, and more. Our professional parts people will help you pick out the perfect gift for that hard-to-buy-for person. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts or shop O'ReillyAuto.com.
Just be natural. Try to roll around in it gracefully and not like a puppy.
Maria's photography studio is zooming into a flurry of projects.
Where did I put that memory card?
She needs an assistant to keep business in focus.
Hang on while I change the external flash. Oh,
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed, you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
The free iHeartRadio app is your home for the holidays. Open the app and click on the holiday banner or search iHeart Holiday and start listening to Cool 108. Plus stations playing all kinds of holiday music, Christmas classics, Christmas jazz, country, R&B, tons of playlists, even podcasts. Our gift to you, the perfect holiday soundtrack. Join the millions of listeners on the iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Staples Holiday Deals means amazing savings for the holiday season. This week, save $50 on the Xbox Series S with 3-month Game Pass Ultimate Bundle. Now just $249.99. Ends 12/23. Available online and in select stores only while supplies last. Limit 1. Have yourself a merry little holiday deal at Staples.
You've lost your license because of a DWI. You've lost your freedom to travel. You've lost part of yourself. Barrero back with you for Smart Start MN, the folks who can help get you back on the road. An ignition interlock is merely the device that can get you back on the highway legally and safely, but Smart Start MN is the company that can explain it to you, get it installed for you, answer all your questions. They know all the ins and outs of the Minnesota Ignition Interlock program because they helped design it. Do not go with imitators. They are local, experienced, and they've got answers. Go to smartstartmn.com. That's smartstartmn.com.
'Tis the season for chicken fingers at Raising Cane's. Warm up with cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, Texas toast, and the real source of holiday magic, cane sauce. Happy holidays from Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Hey, it's Tana B here. Clearly, Santa is coming to town soon. He's going to surprise your kids with presents, but your surprisers are already here thanks to Underdog Fantasy. My friends over at Underdog Fantasy are running surprise season promos right now through the end of the year. If you haven't heard of Underdog Fantasy yet, it's the easiest place to play fantasy sports. Fantasy football, fantasy basketball, fantasy baseball, fantasy hockey, fantasy everything. Just go to their easy-to-use mobile app or go to UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with the promo code KFN, and Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. That's Underdog Fantasy. Use my promo code KFN to get your first deposit of $10 or more up to $100 doubled. And remember, surprise season promos have already begun, and they're going through the end of the year. Follow at Underdog Fantasy over on the site formerly known as Twitter, and be on the lookout for ways to win a Nintendo Switch, PS5, and more. Must be 18 plus and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. If you're concerned with their play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Captain Kinn's chili tastes amazing. It's thick and hearty, and best of all, it tastes just like homemade. And if you like the chili, you'll love Captain Kinn's newest recipe, tater casserole. It's made with fresh ground beef and topped with taters that turn crispy and golden brown in the oven. Find Captain Kinn's in your grocer's freezer section.
Cutting it close with last-minute gift shopping? Helzberg has you covered. It's Helzberg Diamond's must-have holiday sale. Up to 50% off on dazzling lab-grown diamond hoops and stacking bands, diamond pendants, and tennis bracelets. Get the perfect gifts for that special someone. Last-minute shopping has never been so joyful. So don't wait. Head to a Helzberg store near you, or you can find out more at Helzberg.com. You can do all your shopping at Helzberg.com as well. Offer valid through December 24th while supplies last. See online or in-store for details.
Gillette Intimate gives guys a gentle and easy shave on there. And around there, and even under there. Don't treat your groin like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
Corey Grove Power Trip Morning Show for QC Kinetics. It's almost 2024, and look, 2023, almost over. You may have spent this year with a whole bunch of pain. Don't spend 2024 with anything holding you back. Start to live a normal life again with our friends at QC Kinetics, because they can give you that mobile, pain-free life back. They are the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, and these are all natural treatments that can repair and restore that damaged tissue, giving you that pain-free movement that you've been longing for the last years possibly. If you have back pain, shoulder pain, knee pain, whatever you're dealing with, whether it's because of arthritis or injury, how about lasting relief with QC Kinetics with no surgery? Everybody wants to avoid that. No drugs, no steroids, and no downtime. So whether it's an old injury or, like I said, it's something with arthritis, how about you get into QC Kinetics, get your free consultation, ask how they can help you get back up and moving in 2024. And don't forget to ask about the FSA and HSA options as well. Call QC Kinetics at 612-254-7123. That's 612-254-7123. 612-254-7123.
Now back to the 651 Carpets Plus, home of the Next Day Install Studios. It's the Power Trip on the Fan.
Find our street team on the plaza outside of U.S. Bank Stadium this Sunday before the Vikings game against the Lions, and enter for your chance to be our Rube of the Game and win a $100 gift card to Shields. KFN.com, keyword calendar for more info. Marnes is loving the Lil Wayne.
This is Rosie's ringtone. So what?
Hey. What's up? Well, you in my wheelhouse now, man.
You gonna start doing ad-libs professionally?
That concert that was at Target Center last week, the 2000s with Ja Rule and Nelly and Ashanti.
Oh, I really wanted to go to that.
Oh, wow. That
would
was
have been
my
awesome.
college soundtrack. Yeah.
Did you go? You didn't end up going to it?
No, I had the Wolves played that
that's
night.
right, that's
I think
right.
that was at Dallas, maybe?
Yeah. Oh, that was the Pacers game, I think.
Nelly was my favorite. I mean, we call him rapper, right?
Yeah, you can-
R&B artist. I don't know.
He's still a rapper.
With the little Band-Aid.
Oh, everybody was wearing the Band-Aid.
I really like Nelly. Ja Rule with his gravelly. The way you walk, the way you move, the way you talk.
Wow.
I didn't realize your voice could do that.
That's a pretty good Ja Rule impression, Mark.
Spot on.
It was not bad.
When did you become a sailor?
Would you have done that at your Saturday Night Live audition? Done a Ja Rule impression?
I hadn't
Not
thought
bad.
about that.
Have you ever thought about what you would have done if you had 5
Not
minutes in front
really.
of Lauren Michaels?
No, because I don't have anything. Which is also why I
Part of the
didn't-
problem?
Yeah,
I
correct.
think we figured it out.
Yeah, a little lack of motivation.
But you are on TV, which is a nice consolation prize for coming up short on
sure.
SNL. You do a show called Wolves Plus.
That's correct. Yeah.
You just, according to your social media, just recorded another one. When can we see it, and who was it?
Yeah, what time will that be?
It debuted last night.
Last night.
So we did record it a couple of weeks ago. But Troy Brown Jr., super nice, conversational, enjoyable human being. I was telling you, Corey, off air, from the city of Las Vegas, as in grew up there. So we did spend a little time talking about Vegas, and the Vegas we all talk about and think about is so different than someone like our friend Jason Zucker or Troy Brown Jr. when they growing up there. Yeah. And I'm like, well, you went to a lot of shows, or what's your favorite casino? And he's like, we don't do that. Of course not. Of course not.
Like going to the Mall of America here.
um,
You live in where the Mall of America is?
You must go 6 times a
Yeah,
week.
right.
It's like, well, we did when it opened.
Right.
Now we go when we need something. I love Mall of
Troy
America.
talked about his family a lot. His parents, both his mom and his dad, were correctional officers, that specialized. His dad did if a juvenile came out of jail, helped rehabilitate him, and his mom did the social work side. Something, it was kind of like a hand in hand. But he talked about how much he saw and learned and how it shaped him to see his parents doing that for 30, 40 years. That they didn't just do it because it was jobs. They did it because they believed in, we want to help kids who are headed down the wrong path find the right path. And it was just a really interesting conversation about the things that you might see growing up in a place like a suburb of Las Vegas, and then seeing the good in it. And when you grow up in Minot, North Dakota, like I did, it's such a foreign world and concept to me. So to sit across from someone who's like, well, this is my reality and this is what I saw, I was like, wow.
Does he have any aspirations of following in his parents' footsteps in that direction?
For sure. He doesn't know to how it will look, but right now, he does his basketball camp every year. But he doesn't just go, I have a basketball camp, I'm going to show up, and here I'm the headliner. He specifically targets the kids that he wants there that are in this certain area of Las Vegas. And he puts actual thought into it. You can tell he is someone that this is not just a fleeting thought or moment. He's someone that is actually going to be a productive member of our society outside of playing good basketball as the 9th man in a 9-man rotation.
How about that? Yeah, he's
for a really good Timberwolves
He's
team.
carved out his role.
Yes, he
Yeah,
has.
he sure has. One more reason why the Wolves are so much fun to watch right now. Man.
Yeah.
Pretty tough.
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready?
Yep.
Now it's time for headlines.
Let's start with this one. This fascinates me. Apes recognize friends they haven't seen for decades, according to new research. Decades. And some apes can say, hey, I remember you.
We can't remember the name of the salespeople we work with.
Oh.
Speak for
You
yourself.
can't, Rosie?
Speaking of not seeing people for decades.
Oh! Way
Jeez,
to
Max is
follow
firing
up.
bullets.
That's following up
Well,
the
have
offensive rebound.
Have you seen
Way
that,
to go.
those videos every once in a while where an ape is getting rehabilitated and then 10 years later, the person who rehabilitated them will show up to the zoo and they
The animal will
Yeah, get
recognize the
excited.
human,
Yeah,
and it
yeah,
makes you cry.
Yeah.
It's almost as if we have some of their DNA.
Doesn't sound right to me.
Oh, here we go.
There is a, quote, customer of size policy on Southwest Airlines,
Heard
and there's
about this.
people that are complaining about it on TikTok. Rosie, why don't you take this one?
Thanks a lot.
How do you feel about plus-size travelers paying for 1 seat versus 2? Your thoughts?
That's a huge fee.
Rosie, should they have to pay for a seat or
I-
the amount of seats they take up?
I don't know if there's a. I feel
That's why
as-
I'm staying out of it and letting you answer.
Yeah,
Break it down, Rosie. Break it down.
Rosie. Where do you stand on this one?
it's. I'd say it's worth a trial run to just let them have both seats. because I think there's
For the price of one?
Yes. There's a shaming part of it. There's an embarrassment part of it. At the same time, there's also an inconvenience part of it where you just really can't fly by yourself without paying for that extra seat. So good for Southwest or try. Is it Southwest you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Customer of size policy.
Yeah. No matter what you say, people are going to criticize it. So.
But I agree. Just try something.
Let's
try something.
Try something,
if this
see
works.
how, economically and everything else. But, I'd rather have that person have the comfort. And if they feel like there's not the shame involved, they don't have to buy 2 seats,
Well, what if the shame is being called a customer of size?
I know. Well, size does matter.
Case closed, Rosie.
Yeah, there you go.
Draymond Green reportedly has begun counseling amid his suspension.
Yeah, for weeks and weeks.
I don't know what that's going to do, but your thoughts?
Well, it's necessary. I listening to what Steve Kerr had to say about him, and we know the Draymond has been his fuse has been lit 100 times over, and something
Rudy
sets
lit
him
it
off.
a couple times.
He sure did.
Yeah.
So he needs to step away from basketball and for a long period of time to kind of figure out his behavioral things and going on. So
I was listening to a podcast yesterday that Zach Lowe does a podcast, an NBA podcast,
great.
and he had Ramona Shelburne on, who is a really respected writer in the NBA. And Ramona Shelburne had just been with Draymond, like did an interview, whatever, and she was saying, okay, well, this is what we talked about, and she had talked to him about the Rudy Gobert incident and said, Draymond almost, had an out-of-body experience almost. So she said, what do you remember? Okay, he remembers seeing his teammate Klay Thompson being held by an opposition, and he just lost it. And he thought, I'll do anything to save my teammate. So he went after Rudy Gobert, and then he just kind of not blacked out, but lost track of time, space, where he was. This is Ramona Shelburne describing Draymond Green, describing it to her. And then she said, and so I watched the video with him, and you could see his reaction of like, oh my gosh, I did that. And I was like, I don't know.
What is he, the Hulk?
Right. Well played. I don't buy any of it.
Come on.
The way Ramona Shelburne told it, she was absolutely convinced that that's what he thought. But that is what he told her. I did not agree. Even as I was listening to the podcast, I was going, Ramona, no.
Right. It's the classic example of getting caught. And it'd be one thing, and this is what everybody all the talking heads on NBA Live or whatever it is on ESPN are basically also the same thing. If this is the first time,
it's an isolated
like if he
situation.
ran after Rudy and choked Rudy out, and that story's believable. But when you punch Jordan Poole in the face, you step on Sabonis. You do all these other. As Maxwell said, the wailing or the arm
the Nurkic,
bit is ridiculous.
These are deeper issues.
And she says, watching that video, that he watches it back and goes, my arms did that.
No,
it's like his mind leaves the scene, his body does something, and his mind comes back. That's how she described it. You can believe it or not. And I think there are a lot of people who do not believe it.
The crux of it, because otherwise he's not going to be back in the NBA for quite a while.
Sauce, maybe this is one of those situations where Draymond's like Ted Bundy and just wants to hear the details of his crimes read back to him.
I mean, maybe.
Right? Ramona, tell me what I did now.
Right.
Show it to me. You have video? Tell me how my arms flailed.
In that Ted Bundy documentary where they can't get anything out of him, and then the one psychologist just says, tell us like if you did it. And he just flips a switch it's...
Didn't OJ write a book like that?
Terrifying.
If I did it.
Terrifying.
What a great title for a book.
But Draymond sucks. It just...
The way he hit Yusuf Nurkic, that was not a punch. It was the equivalent of a roundhouse kick.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
His arms did a roundhouse kick. I've never seen a swing or a flail like that. He could have brain damaged Nurkic.
If you watch that, which has been played for weeks now,
right?
The reaction by his teammates on the bench are like, "Son of a bitch, what are you doing?"
Yeah. They are reacting.
Yeah, because it's not a basketball thing where you
again.
get carried away. It was just a street fight. type
Max,
of.
your thoughts?
Tell me the details. What did I do?
Well, like
Did
I
hit
said before, it was before years past. It was at least in service of the Warriors winning, not to defend Draymond, but I mean, everyone on the Warriors did. He was kind of just that psychopathic guy that goes out and tries to be really physical and plays good defense, like used to be a common practice in the NBA back in the day.
The hockey guy, they have a name for it, the enforcer.
But he's only been suspended something like 5 or 6 times, and 4 of them are in the calendar year of 2023. So obviously these are all happening in rapid succession. And like Martin said, these aren't really even basketball plays. You can't play it off. Like when you even stepping on the dude, it's like, okay, I guess you could kind of play that off like you didn't know, but you can't play off putting Rudy Gobert in a freaking chokehold, a rear naked choke like you're in the WWE Royal Rumble for 30 seconds, and you can't play off throwing hands at people. It just... It's really confounding, and even the Warriors are fed up with it, and it's obvious that he's just doing it all in frustration.
Certain NHL players get rewarded for exactly that same behavior. I mean, when they instigate or they feel if they have to defend a teammate, what do? They drop the gloves and they start fighting, fight for fighting. Right. And that's, the Derek Boogards of the world. God bless Derek Boogard and what he had to go through because that was his role on the team. Go punch somebody in the face because they hit the little guy, and they hit our little guy on the team. They hit the Kaprizov on our team. They hit the Parisi on our team. So we have to go and punch them out. To their tough guy. There's the code of hockey. Ross Bernstein wrote that book. So it's a different world.
Yeah. And Draymond knows better. He's a really intelligent player. He knows the game of basketball really well, and he should know, like, that Warriors team, especially right now with their struggles, they need him on the floor. He's more valuable than just being some enforcer guy that doesn't have talent. Draymond Green is one of the better defenders in NBA history, and obviously he's a consummate champion. So he knows better, and he can't really play it off like he doesn't.
I wonder how invincible he feels, though, because he has not had to pay a great price from the NBA. He's been allowed to do these kinds of things. Even the Rudy Gobert chokehold. 5 games? Really? In an 82-game season? That's it?
Well, and even initially, Steve Kerr defended that. He ended up backtracking. But that's kind of the difference for me is now even Steph Curry, former teammates like Kevin Durant, Steve Kerr, they're all saying this guy needs to get some help and he's not in the right mind space. And they know him better than all of us do. So if they're saying that, then that must be true.
And it's changed his legacy. Think about winning multiple championships on one of the greatest dynasties that the NBA has seen. And your legacy is, he used to clock people.
Yeah, he was their best defender during those. Him and Klay Thompson.
Is he known as a best defender right
now?
Not
anymore. He's just his highlight reel is going to look like a UFC highlight reel at the end of his career, and it could hurt his Hall of Fame chances because he could be a Hall of Fame player.
I wonder if Tom Izzo has stories about him at Michigan State at all. This sort of just changed when he went into the NBA. You know what I'm saying? As a role and mentally, and
I don't remember it being a part of his early.
I don't either.
Years.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
Max, this is for you as well. A New York jury on Monday found actor Jonathan Majors guilty of assault and harassment of a former girlfriend during a domestic dispute. Shortly after the verdict, a source with knowledge of the matter told CNN that Marvel Studios would not be moving forward on any future projects with Jonathan Majors, who plays Kang.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. It's a strange thing because there was videos and audio released, and I'm unsure of what exactly happened, but he was literally physically sprinting away from this woman. But I think it was the initial part of the video. He's like trying to shove her into the car. I think that's what it was. And I don't know what happened. I'm not going to try to, speculate on that. But for Marvel's sake, they have to just go back to the drawing board. The entire saga right now is built around Jonathan Majors' character, Kang. He was going to appear in pretty much every TV show, every movie. The whole thing is built around him. So now they just have to start back from scratch and go back to zero. And it's unfortunate. You hate to hear stuff like this. I hope the woman is okay. Sucks that Jonathan Majors is that kind of dude because he's he's a generationally talented actor. He was amazing in Creed 3, and his future was so bright, and now it's pretty much over for him. And Marvel, they're already struggling with the plan, and now they have to go back to scratch. And I would imagine we're going to start seeing them pull out the X-Men and all types of stuff pretty soon here to try to, hey, look over here, because they're the whole entire Phase 4 and Phase 5 was set up for this giant confrontation with a million different versions of Kang. So now Jonathan Majors is out. I don't know if they try to, sidestep and say, oh, this is actually Kang, or if they just bring in a new villain or what. But that's, I'm not surprised to hear that Marvel completely cut ties with them.
They've already changed, I think, is it Avengers 5?
Yeah, it was called Kang Dynasty.
They've changed that. It's just Avengers 5 now. So they
Assignment Miami Beach.
Yes, how great would that be?
I'm sure they've had
Terry
this.
is the bad guy.
Yeah, I'm sure they've had this ever since the news broke initially. I'm sure they've had this contingency plan in place, but they were just waiting for it to be official. But yeah, it's a really unfortunate situation for everyone involved, and that just sucks for Marvel, I guess.
Yeah.
But it also sucks for us as fans because Jonathan Majors is a really good actor, but apparently not a good dude. And
I guess you should treat the ladies better.
Yeah, I can't condone that type of behavior at all whatsoever. So I mean that really sucks, and he basically just pissed away a potential Hall of Fame acting career, Hollywood star acting career, because he had all the roles lined up for him, man.
Sauce your hands up.
Can I do one quick?
Can't wait.
This is for Rosie.
Okay.
Today is the 59th birthday of Randall McDaniel.
Hey. Oh, my goodness.
The best guard of all time.
Yeah, I can't argue that. I can't. He's 59. My goodness. Yeah, what a team, what an era, what a guard, what a blocker. I mean, he was Randall was the best I'd ever seen. I mean, that offensive line was the personalities and the talent level, but Randall was the leader. He would drink, I think we talked about this, maybe 4, not cups, I'm talking about full carafes of coffee before every game.
A full coffee pitcher?
A coffee pitcher.
Yeah, a coffee pitcher.
Yeah, we learned that at Black Friday.
Did we really?
Coffee pitcher.
But more importantly, and he had a very unorthodox stance when he played. And not only here, but then he went to Tampa Bay. And didn't he win a Super Bowl there?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Must be
Everybody
nice.
everybody wins Super Bowls after they leave here. But and one of the great guys. I mean, and it's funny because he's gone on. He became a teacher. He was teaching him when he was playing, and his students only know him as Mr. McDaniel. They have no idea, other than this being a very huge human being still. Even though he's lost a lot of weight, looks great. And he and Johnny, as you know, got into golf.
That's Johnny's
And
origin story. That's who he would have to go because he was on the practice squad and he would just destroy him.
Oh, my God. Yeah, exactly. Go up against him.
Yeah.
Randall was and had a gentle soul. I mean, just a wonderful human being. And Marianne, it's his wife, And, just a great, great couple. And he's still doing all the great things in this community. But Hall of Famer plus easily the best guard in the history of the Vikings.
You said his wife's name is Marianne?
I thought it was.
I wonder how many people on the face of the earth have had a threesome with a Ginger and a Marianne at the same time.
Oh, my God. Did your mind work in strange ways?
Just to say that you did it. Even if you were like,
right. Well,
that's not really my type, but it's a Ginger and Marianne. I'm going to call
a
myself
real
the skipper and
person
we're going
named
to do
Ginger?
this. Yeah.
Okay. How many Gingers do you know?
Think how many
Other
videos
than
like that, Hawks.
The ones who used to work with Max.
Do you know anybody that has an electric bike? Because a lot of people are saying that's one of the Christmas gifts of the season.
Really?
That electric bikes are having a moment. They're red hot right
I've
now.
seen them, but I don't know anyone who owns
They're
them.
not super cheap.
No, that's why my grandma asked me if I wanted one, and then I was like, please just give me money if that's what you were going to spend money on.
What kind of range do they have, though? I mean, can you take them miles and miles and miles and miles? Is this like a Tesla? How long do these things last?
They have charging stations for them? What do you...
Well, these are not cheap.
No, they are not cheap.
What's the price range?
Yeah, give us
About
a little...
$1,700.
Yeah, where do you charge them? And can you ride up to the North Shore with them or something?
I'll look at BestBuy.com. Maybe that is the answer.
All right.
Yeah, text Dov.
Yeah, ask Dov.
No. Why would I talk to him?
Oh, God.
Also, is it meant to be like a moped, or is it meant to be a bike that if you come upon a hill, you don't have to pedal?
Pedals that
I
hard.
Like you
no
want a
idea.
hybrid. You actually want to use it as a bike.
They have like
you just
a
get a little
40
boost when your legs get tired.
Oh.
Or is it just a moped with pedals?
Yeah, when it runs out of electricity, is it just a bike?
Because that sounds awful.
Yeah, hideous.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
Some of them
real
have
well.
up to 90 miles of range.
Well, again, it's about the charging stations. Where do you charge them?
no.
Not the same place you charge.
Wow, this
electric.
thing's sweet.
Yeah, all right. Ask Lawyer Lambert to get you one.
Then you'll get
Can
one.
you see Sauce
get
just
one.
bopping around town on his electric bike?
100%, as long as he doesn't have to pedal.
When I would live downtown, I was going to buy an electric scooter to ride to work.
Yep.
Yeah.
That
But
idea lasted 24 hours.
But here's why, though, because there was no way to not. I would have had to gotten on the highway.
That'd have been hilarious.
I'm not getting on the highway.
My.
But all I would have had to do is get on this frontage road along here, and then I would have been golden, pony boy.
I guess according to one of the programs here, there are a decent amount of bike lanes in the Minneapolis area.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I think
And
there's one
now
that goes all the way
wonder-
to Canada.
I wonder, are electric bikes welcome in the bike lane? You get shamed
Look
by
down
the
upon. Yeah,
serious
And if that's the
bikers?
case,
Snobby.
can I have a 4-wheel bike that I call my car? Can I drive?
No.
Whoa! All right,
Jesus,
button bar.
Rosie. Was that what is that noise in the hallway?
Was he even listening?
Oh, it's that bit. Okay.
He just left the building.
He just went and looked in the hallway.
All right, you guys ready? This is a bit where I don't know if Sauce is ever really truly listening to the show, and that's really one of his two jobs, to talk and to listen. So we quiz him on things that were discussed during this segment, and we just guess whether or not he was actually listening. You guys ready?
Yes.
Question number 1.
Sauce, during this segment, Rosie was talking about a specific person, and he said, God bless this person. Who did Rosie want God to bless earlier this segment? Do you guys think he remembers who you said God bless to, Rosie?
Rosie doesn't remember.
If you don't
I remember.
Do you think
I do.
Sauce? Well, do you think Sauce remembers?
Yeah, I feel like he was engaged in that.
He was
that
engaged.
particular conversation.
Max, yes or no?
Sauce is usually really good about names,
Oh, it's
but
And he is getting better at this bit in general. I think
He
the
is.
pressure has been on, and he's stepped up lately.
I don't think he knows this one. I usually say yes, but I don't think he knows.
All right, so 1 yes, 1 no. Rosie,
Yes.
you're gonna go yes. Sauce. Rosie said, "God bless."
Was it Marianne? Anna McCann?
It was God bless Derek
Derek
Bugard.
Yeah, Derek Bugard. We were talking about fighting in the NHL.
Yep.
I
All
thought
right.
you
Question number 2.
blessed Randall McDaniel. What?
Speaking of Random
It was actually
McDaniel.
Ginger. It was God bless Ginger.
Speaking of Random McDaniel.
Question number 2.
You brought it up. I hope you're still not looking at it. How old is Random McDaniel today?
Oh, he's got that right. He absolutely.
I think so
has
as
it.
well, but I like asking him questions that he brought up. Because
Yes.
what if he forgot what he
Right.
said?
He's
That's
truly
really
thinking
not
about it.
listening. That's his poker face. I think he knows, but does anybody here believe that he has already forgotten how old Random McDaniel is?
No, he knows.
I think he knows since he brought it up.
Rosie? All right, so we
I'm
all
in.
think you remember. How old is Randall?
59.
Just checking. Once in a while, it's fun just to check. Here we go.
Question number 3.
Earlier this segment, Mark Rosen asked if he wondered if somebody had really good Draymond Green stories. Who was he hoping had really good Draymond Green stories? Said, I bet so-and-so has really good stories. Who did he reference when he was talking about Draymond Green?
Yes.
Rosie says he thinks you're going to remember that you were listening. Marnie, yes
yeah,
or no?
Yeah, I
All right,
think
2
so
for
too.
2.
I feel like
Max?
Sauce was engaged the whole segment.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. It's kind of a specific name.
Question number 3.
Sauce, who did Rosie hope had really good Draymond Green stories?
His head coach at Michigan State, Tom Izzo.
Yeah, he went the extra mile.
All right, we got time for one more. And
Impressive.
I don't know about this one because this one was very kind of
Marianne.
subtle. No, not Marianne and Ginger.
Question number 4.
We were talking about electric bikes just about 3 minutes ago. And we were asking about the range. And while you were Googling it, you may not have been listening while you were looking this up. Rosie asked, could you take it to blank? Where did Rosie ponder taking an electric bike and wondering if an
Rosie doesn't
electric bike
remember.
I do. I remember
get
that.
you there? Rosie,
No.
do you think he'll remember?
No.
Was he
No.
listening? Because he was Googling while you were talking.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I thought you were going to
realized
ask
that.
him how many miles that he actually came up with.
I think he'll remember that because that was what he was paying
Right.
attention to. Was he listening to
Yeah.
Rosie's question?
I don't think so.
So, Max?
I'm gonna say no, especially because Rosie said, "Could you take it to?" I feel like we were all just listening for a joke there.
Okay.
Question number 4.
Sauce, end on this one. Rosie asked, could you take an electric bike to?
Duluth?
I'm gonna give you that more specifically.
Lake Superior?
No. He's specifically said, could you take the bike to the North Shore?
North Shore.
Oh.
I'll give you Duluth. Close
Oh,
enough.
all
All
right,
right,
that's
so it's
close
not
enough.
bad.
I don't know why I
not
thought
bad.
that was it.
What's the range on a bike?
It can range all the way up to 100.
It's 90.
Oh, 90 miles.
Son of a bitch.
You looked
90. Rosie, enjoy your time off. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, I'll be back next week.
All right.
Thank you.
Marnie, we'll see
Yeah.
you Friday for
I'll
initials.
be here Friday. I'm also co-hosting Twin Cities Live on Thursday with Ben
what?
Lieber.
Big news, if true.
Ooh.
That's fantastic. 9 to noon is next. We'll see you tomorrow, 5:30 to 9.
Hate to sound sleazy, but tease me. I don't want it if it's that easy.